Hi, this is Randy Finney with Right Side of the Chart, and in this video I'll be covering some of the recent improvements to the site, as well as doing a quick overview on how to most effectively use some of the features here. And what I want to do is start up on the upper left hand corner. You'll see the gray menu bar that runs across the top, and when you type in rightsideofthechart.com in your browser, it'll bring you into this home page, also known as a landing page. Um, this is a typical blog format. In other words, every post made will appear here in reverse chronological order, with the most recent post being first. The posts are always dated, and you'll sometimes notice a sticky post or two up top with the word featured. Those posts remain up top until I take that sticky feature away. And as you scroll down, if you wanted to, let's say, view a chart, go ahead, click on that chart. It will expand. Easiest way to get back to where you were. You're not going to be able to view this on this video, but I'm moving up to my browser back button on the upper left-hand corner. I click back, and it brings me back to where I was. Okay, you can continue to scroll down, and I believe there's about 10 or so posts in each page. When you get to the bottom of the page, if you want to continue on, see some of the older posts, click the next button here. And if you want to go back up to the top of the page, follow my cursor. I'm on the bottom right hand corner and down in this blue area here, and this is the scroll to top icon. If I click on that, it launches me back up to the top of the page. Saves a lot of time from scrolling. Okay, moving along, market analysis. This tab will sort out posts. If you only wanted to take a look at all posts related to the stock market, the broad market. Now, I will include currencies and gold and commodities, but mainly it'll have the main indexes, the primary indices, such as the S&P 500 or the SPY, which is the tracking ETF, the QQQ. If you wanted to narrow that down a little bit further, back out the commodities and just look at the stock market and currencies, that is the second one, general market analysis. And for you gold bugs out there, or anybody, let's say you're a commodities trader, you're interested in looking for posts on copper, oil, gold stocks, then you can choose gold commodities. It'll sort out the other posts. Trading and investment ideas. Okay, this is really the crux of this site. There's a lot of trade setups, active trades out there, and of course the completed trade list just keeps growing and growing as time goes on. So some of the changes that I've implemented recently, if you click on the first category, trade setups, it will bring me to, there's a little description, and you can read what is a trade setup. And for those of you familiar with the site, as always, if you scroll down below, you'll see all the trade setup posts in order as posted. But the new feature now, if a stock is a trade setup, it will show the symbol here. And let's click on the first one. Let's go to Apple. Apple is currently a trade setup. It's also an active trade. So if I click on that Apple tag, or that Apple, the symbol, it'll show me the post relevant to this particular Apple trade. Now what I mean by that, let's say Apple was a trade 6 months ago. We were in and out in a month, 4-week trade, hit the targets. When I click up here, back again to trade setups, when I click on Apple, it's not going to show me those posts. It will only show me the posts on Apple relevant to this trade. Now Apple, as I said, happens to be an active trade as well, because it triggered, and you'll find it here in the active trades, which also brings me to another point. These categories are not mutually exclusive. Just like Apple, any trade can be an active trade and a setup at the same time. It'll be a trade setup if it still offers an objective entry. Likewise, a trade can be completed if it's hit one or more of its targets, but as most of you know, I'll often list multiple targets on trades, T1 being the first target, T2 the second target. And for example, you might have an active trader who was targeting that first target. They just wanted in and out. They wanted to make a quick 10%, get out, move on to the next stock. Whereas an investor or a swing trader, looking at a daily or even a weekly chart might be holding out for the third or fourth final target on that trade. So in that case, it's still an active trade and a completed trade. Performance, I'll be working on this a little bit more, updating. I do have this spreadsheet completed. I need to plug in the February and March trades, and I'll have that out soon. These are some of the highlighted trades. I'll let you take a look at that. Until those are out there, if you go to the completed trade section, we're having a slow internet connection today. Okay, let's see here. Completed trades. These are all the trades on the site since inception that have been completed already. So if you take a look at one of these trades, I'll click on CVM. This is a pictorial history, if you will, of CVM. It's a completed trade, but you can go back, start at the bottom, last trade, the oldest trade. The oldest post, which will be the original post on the trade, shows CVM breaking out, and each step along the way, every post I made on that. And what's nice about this, folks, is I use static charts. That means these charts that you're looking at are not updating, they're not streaming, but it really makes a great study or reference guide if you want to look back at some of these completed trades. I do it all the time. I look at my past trades to see not only what went right, but more importantly what went wrong on a trade, and that's something I'll leave on the site. So take your time to go through some of the old trades, maybe a stock that you're familiar with and that you like to trade. You can see how I've done with that stock here in the past. Resources, I have a little bit to work on here, just a little bit about how to use the site right now, how to contact me. Educational. This section will show you posts that right now it's sort of a mishmash of posts, I haven't set up any subcategories, which I probably will do in the future as it grows, but if there's anything that I think has some value, and I did throw this video in here, but for example, this IMOS short trade, there's a little part in here that talks about position sizing. This is a volatile stock with a very large gain, and I think there's some educational benefit there for especially the newer rookie traders, but even an experienced trader. I think, as most know, you need to tone your position size down if you're in a very volatile stock shooting for a high target. So there's a little bit about that. And let's see here. There's a search menu up top on the right. If you wanted to type in a stock symbol, let's say MUX, that will bring up, it's doing a search on the site for anything with the letters MUX in there, which works great for unique symbols, but not so great for the symbols that aren't so unique. For example, X is US Steel. When I do a search of X, it's bringing up every word with the letter X, or every post with the letter X in there, and so you'd have to scroll through quite a few to find those. So the go around for that is this new feature here, post by symbol. If I scroll down to the letter X, it will now bring up all posts made on US Steel symbols with the symbol letter X, and you can scroll through those. So great feature. Any stock that you want to take a look at, they're all again, any stock that I've made a post on, and this list will grow throughout time as I add new stocks to the site. Okay, folks, that is for the most part the changes that I wanted to go over, and if you have any questions, comments, feedback, I do welcome any criticism, good or bad. Any ways I can improve the site, anything you want to see out here, let me know. If the site isn't displaying properly in your browser, the computer that you're using, I'll try to see if I can get that fixed, at least if it is on my end here. And if you need to reach me, I'm right here under Site Info on the right hand side, Contact. Click that link, and there is my email address, randy@rightsideofthechart.com. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great trading week, and we'll talk to you later.